Yeah, I was about to ask you, but let me open the podcast first. Family Room Podcast, episode 71.
Yes, sir.
I'm Mike Rome.
Jesse Williams.
We back, man. Back for another episode. Might as well keep the conversation going. You was talking about putting the Kobe poster up. What's your favorite RIP to Kobe, the anniversary just passed?
RIP.
What's your favorite Kobe stat or Kobe memory? Kobe
stat?
Moment? Yeah.
It's gonna be the New York Boston Garden 63.
New York Boston Gardens, two different places.
New York.
What? Madison Square Garden.
There you go. Tripping.
It's all good.
Tripping's been one of those days.
I feel it.
But and then after that, my moment is when my man grabbed his chest, showed his Harden flex. You know, because I did that in high school.
When he gamed up Phoenix.
Yep. That was iconic. And then the Lakers pose. Those are my two Kobe moments.
I think mine is when he hit that no. I don't know. Dang, I asked you and I wasn't even ready. My favorite Kobe moment?
No, go.
I don't know, it's too many to count. That Phoenix shot.
What's the first one? What's the first one that comes to your mind?
The first one that comes to mind is his last game, that 60.
Okay.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. That was special to watch.
It was. It really was. Because you could tell he was out there trying to prove something. Like,
I'm still dope.
I'm still the man.
You know what I'm saying?
My body.
I'm trying to wait around for these Lakers to get good again. Like, I got a little bit left, but nah, I'm out. Yeah, so the 60 is the first thing that comes to mind. I was thinking about the 81, of course, and then I was thinking the first thing that sticks out after I think about those two things is that streak of like 40-point games he went on when he was going to court. That's like one of the things that sticks out right away because it was just like that.
It's iconic.
I had never seen anything like that before. I had never seen anybody turn something so negative and so bad and channel it into like their craft, and it just like pour out in that way. I had never seen that before. Like you hear of like artists doing it, talking about like your beard is gonna be making noise on the mic. You hear people talking about, or like artists talking about it in their music. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's obvious because they're talking about an experience, and so you hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they're good enough, you can even see it. You know what I'm saying? But with him, it was like, because at first it was like, you don't know how he gonna play. Like, he had court, he flying in.
Same day flying in.
Sometimes he was getting to the game late. It was like damn near halftime when he had checked in. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you don't know what's gonna happen. And every time he had court and had a game on the same day, he went for at least 35 or 40 or something like that. It was stupid. It was stupid. He had like 13. He had like 13 straight games with 40 points or something like that.
Yeah, it was that whole month span, all those games. That's crazy. Man. My goat.
What you been up to, bro?
Man, I'm just working, getting ready for this football season, and then taking a trip out the country in March, so you're getting ready for that.
Where you going?
Cabo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay, little getaway.
Yeah, something that we never done before. You know what I mean? Cross that off the bucket list.
Feel it.
You know what I mean? Go sit up somewhere. Ain't gonna be going nowhere. So that's how. But you know what I mean? I'm not tripping about going to sit in a hotel room for the weekend. Because I'll be sitting at the house anyway. So the change of location's cool. I just get in, you know what I mean? Some nice room and shit.
I feel it.
But yeah, that's what I got going. What's up with you?
Chilling, bro. You know, same old. Editing, working, chilling with the kids. I finally got the boys on the schedule, bro.
Yeah? What you got?
It's only been like 3-4 days now.
Like a sleeping schedule?
Like a whole like daily schedule and routine and everything. Like finally, like I've had Baron on one before, never really had Max on one. But I mean, he only like 8 months, so it's like that ain't gonna do what he wants, sleep when he won't, eat when he won't. You know what I'm saying? But not like, you know what I'm saying, Baron first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like he always wake up asking for stuff.
Yeah.
So like it's we've got it to the point now where he only asking for fruit. He'd jump up, can I have some fruit snacks? Can I have like something crazy?
Right.
Like now it's like at least it's like, can I have an orange? Can I have some strawberries? Like something like that. So we'll give him that. Like as long as it's something healthy. Cause they used to be like, no, bro, you gotta at least have some oatmeal first. If it's fruit, don't care. Let him have it. You know what I'm saying? Because then after that, he's still gonna be hungry. Then he's gonna ask for the oatmeal. So boom, give him the oatmeal. As soon as the oatmeal is done, we go right into the lesson. Like no break, no TV, no nothing. As soon as the food is done, we go right into the learning.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you do school with him and stuff too? Well, of course.
And while he's eating, I feed Max. You know what I'm saying? Or and Keisha works from home. If I'm not feeding him, she takes him in the bathroom and he gets you know what I'm saying? She feeds him. And right after that, we do the lesson. Right after that, we clean up, go outside, like right away. Like we don't even. You know what I'm saying? And he know, like, in order to go outside and do something, normally going outside is going to the park. You know what I'm saying? And he know in order to go to the park, he got to do the lesson. You know what I'm saying? And he likes doing a lesson anyway, but he know, like, all right, like.
I got to get through this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? We come back, have lunch, have a nap, get up. A little bit like a light learning thing to where it's like, it's learning, but it's like a game, though. You know what I'm saying? More or less. It's like a game, like a computer game that's like a learning activity or something like that. And that's pretty much it, man. And then he's been going to bed like much. Oh, and when they sleep now, I put on like the music that I put on when I was a preschool teacher, like the slow Mozart or like a lullaby or something, but with like clouds and like the moon or or like it's underwater or like the fish and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like to do that too.
You know what I'm saying?
To myself now. We do with the ocean waves and the rainforest sounds. Yeah,
it's perfect.
I fuck with that.
Put it up loud to where like he can't really hear like what his mom is doing or if something's going on in the kitchen, and it's on a big screen. It's like the TV almost as big as yours, so he's just like staring at that till he passes out within like 10 minutes every time.
Mesmerizing.
And then and now I got it to the point where they both were asleep at the same time, like they do nap at the same time.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's clutch.
So like the last 3 or 4 days, it might be like, man, I don't know how it took me so long to get on this, but I'm glad I'm on it now.
Hey, in a better time. Speaking of kids, you ever heard of Thabies?
Nah.
What comes to your mind when I say Thabies? Or like, what's the first thing that you think about?
Thabies? Well, I don't know. Like, the way you introduced it is like I'm talking about babies. So it's like, I don't even know what to say. Because when you first said it sounded like rabies.
Oh, okay. So when I was off air? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, it sounds like something like you definitely don't want. But now I don't know. What are Thabies? Okay,
so I seen a segment on like, I forgot what news channel it was on or whatever, but they was talking about how, you know how people are gender neutral? So like dressing your kids up when they're born in the red or blue, the pinks, purples, that's classifying them as a gender.
Okay.
So they're no longer supposed to be doing that. So from ages 0 to 4, you're not really supposed to dress them in colors that would signify them as a boy or girl. So the term is called Thabies. See what I'm saying? They babies, like, so they're not boy or girl. Because so now when the kid, so the age group from that is 0 to 4 years old. When that 4 years old, they guess is the age that they are actually able to determine if they want to be boy or girl.
No, I'm not rolling. How they gonna start making Thabies clothes? Because when you go buy clothes, you either gotta buy male clothes or female clothes, boy clothes or girl clothes.
They're gonna have to.
They ain't doing that. Ain't nobody finna do that.
That's a whole line of people to market to.
Ain't nobody finna do that. The hospitals can do that all they want, but whatever type genitalia that baby got, that's what majority of these families gonna be rocking with. So the hospitals can do whatever they want, call it a Thaby. I ain't having no more kids. That's what my wife said. But if we had one more, if it's female genitalia down there, we have a girl. If it's male genitalia, we have a boy. Ain't no Thabies.
Hey, I can't believe it, but that's what this lady was saying.
Nah, I'm not rolling.
And the dude and the announcer, that I guess who show it is, I don't know who the dude was. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just more shocked at what I was hearing. He was like, "So, are at 4 years old, what else are we going to let them decide? Are we going to let them decide that they want to start having a sip of my beer when they see me with one? Like, are we going to let them decide, hey, that looks cool, let me have that?" And I was just like,
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it was just a trip. Babies, though.
I don't even understand the logic behind that. Like,
I mean, I understand what they're saying. It's just some bull stuff.
Like, look.
Like,
this is the furthest I'll go. I don't think a kid younger than... I gotta be careful. A 4-year-old wouldn't be able to determine if they're, in my opinion, if they're gay or not. Maybe I'm going somewhere else with this. But they be saying, like, that's just like a further evolution of this is how I feel. They're like, oh, like,
how far back would it reach?
Whatever you identify as, what, like, it's like, no. And
they're saying as young as 4 years old, they can identify as something else.
It's like, check this out.
This person ain't even went through
puberty. This is wild, and I think this is a stretch. But if a parent is cool with their 4-year-old boy or girl saying that they're gay, and that if they're a boy and that they like boys, or a girl, whatever, cool. But they need to... That's how you want to give it up. That's cool. Let me be careful with this. But I think it's still important to tell your kid, that's how you feel. Cool. But you're a boy. You see who you have down there? That means you're a boy.
Yeah.
So like what you want to like and feel how you want to feel, but that doesn't mean that you're a girl now, or that you're this or that or whatever.
Yeah. Life is this
what way. You were born with, that's what you are. Until you make the surgical adjustments, in my opinion, that's what you are.
Yeah. He said my opinion.
Just saying, man. No, you leaving it alone? You're not touching it?
I ain't got nothing to add. So I guess I ain't touching it. Hands off. Hands up, don't shoot. But yeah, that was some... I couldn't believe I was sitting there watching that whole segment, though. I'll be honest with you.
That's wild.
Because they was really arguing, though.
Talking about... what are we getting? No, I said Kobe. We was talking about Kobe. We didn't get back into basketball, but let me get back into basketball. You see James Harden versus a boy from the Houston Rockets? The Houston Rockets front office? Yeah. Let me pull up what this nigga tweeted, bro. He quoted... Yeah, there it is. So look, James Harden said, I was in a role for 8 years, controlling the ball, dominating the ball. Now it's a different experience for me, but it's still great. It's still basketball at the end of the day. I'm lucky to be able to do more than just one thing. Right? He said a few more things, but that's like that's a direct quote, but he said other things that I'm just not going to read, right? Adam Clanton, who's a front office person for the Houston Rockets, quote tweeted that and said, and I quote, "Bitch, you wanted that role. You know why it's great for you now." At James Harden, added him and everything. Yeah. Because you'll have Kevin Durant to bail you out when you inevitably can't cook, in quotes, in the postseason. You know it, Houston knows it, and everybody suddenly is riding your jock now that you play in NYC. I still find it funny that people are genuinely surprised I'm dunking on Harden after I defended him 24/7 for so long. Like, did anyone watch or listen to what that punk ass did and said on his way out of town? And now he's a national media darling? Get on my level of anger.
I'm not mad at him. Because like he said, he's said, did you hear and see what he said on his way out of town? James Harden was on some wild on his way out. He was talking reckless about them. Like they didn't give him everything he wanted since the moment he got there. They got rid of Capella to start PJ Tucker at center.
He can feel how he want to feel. A front office person calling a player a bitch is wild to me.
It doesn't surprise me in 2020, but that means that nigga's mad. He probably want the hands, bro. Cause you don't call no grown man no bitch like that.
That's what I'm saying. And do you think he could really see James Harden, bro?
No, but he said I don't care what it looked like.
Man, come on.
But he's saying that's how he said get on my level of mad.
You can express your anger without getting out of pocket like that.
He ain't got to call a man no bitch. I'm not condoning that, but everything outside of that, like get on his level of mad. Like he's mad enough to call him a bitch. I mean, can't knock him for being that mad.
Yeah, I'm not mocking him for being mad.
He didn't come on the camera and say it in front of thousands. He put it on Twitter, so you got to follow me to know this.
Nah, because I don't follow him and I saw it.
Well, true. All right.
It's going to make its rounds.
I ain't seen it.
Depending on who it is and who said it, it's going to make its rounds.
True. But nah, I ain't mad. That's why I only call him a bitch, but everything out of that, nah, I rock with him. Because that's how the media do people, though. Bro wasn't playing. He was turning the ball over on some weirdo stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, you could tell he just didn't want to be there. Like, come on.
But, and see, it's the difference in, and I meant to say this last podcast, it's the difference in representation and who's handling you. Because pretty much Anthony Davis did pretty much the same thing other than showing up out of shape.
He wasn't tricking off when he was playing.
James Harden came through like his first game and dropped like 30 or something like that. Like, he was balling. He came out and balled.
And then, like, 6 game after that, he threw the ball. He threw a dime and it hit somebody like two feet in front of him.
You're absolutely right. And I think
was like, come on, bro.
And I think that goes to who's handling you. Like Anthony Davis, like,
okay, I see what you're
James
saying.
Harden's already been an MVP. Like, the whole, like, everybody know, like, there was question marks on Anthony Davis. He had never won a big game in the playoffs. He was still injury prone. Everyone knew he was talented, but there was still question marks on him. But he's handled by Clutch Sports. He's showing up to the game with a "That's All Folks" shirt on, different symbolism showing like, bro, I am out.
I'm out. Yeah.
I already said it out loud that I want to go to LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the minute restrictions, but Anthony Davis played 30 minutes, scored 30 points.
And I think James Harden did all of that stuff. He just had to be loud and obnoxious with it.
Because he wanted to leave now. He didn't want to wait like Anthony Davis did. Anthony Davis did a whole year like that. He said, from All-Star break from then on, he did a big chunk of the season like that.
I just don't see anybody represented by Clutch Sports showing up to play looking like that and doing those things to get out of town. Maybe because they have more leverage than everybody right now. I don't know, but I just don't see that. Because players have forced their way out of places. They haven't done it the way James Harden did it, bro. And I can't even be mad at it, bro. You got to do what you got to do to get where you need to get to.
I guess.
He couldn't keep wasting time in Houston. He couldn't.
No, he couldn't, especially not this season.
And maybe he felt like that was the best way to leave, but, man.
I still think it was coincide with Kyrie sitting out. I think it went hand in hand. But that's just me.
Good.
I'm a conspiracy theory type of dude. Sometimes.
Me too. Sometimes. I don't know about that one though. We're gonna see though. I'm excited to see if the Nets make it to the finals. It ain't guaranteed that they'll get past Philly. If you ask me.
What?
Philly is balling.
I haven't seen Philly this year. I'm gonna be honest. But it's gonna be hard. Like, as much as you're balling, you gonna have to outscore them 3.
Yeah.
And then he get in a 7-game series, 2 of them is going for 40 a game.
You might just have to outscore 2 of them because James Harden don't always show up in the playoffs.
He gonna be able to show up. He got Kyrie and KD. That's a whole lot of pressure. He ain't touching the ball 4 or 5 possessions. So now when he do get it, that shit's gonna be efficient. I guarantee that.
Hope so.
For his career, I hope so too. Because I can't see James Harden going in this situation, and then we still want to talk about him as what? Being more than just a scoring dude, like, or is that all he is anyway?
Nah, he can pass the ball.
But I mean, like, on what level is he going to be compared to when his career is all said and done?
It depends on if he get a championship.
But that's what I'm saying. What if he don't?
It's gonna be tough out here for him,
especially after going to Brooklyn and everything.
He gonna mess around and be like Karl Malone.
Ooh, okay, that's what I was trying to compare him to, because I didn't want to compare him to Charles Barkley.
Because Karl Malone was a league MVP. Karl Malone made it to the finals. Karl Malone played with a great player.
Switched teams.
Didn't get it done. Maybe it's you.
Somebody got to be that person.
Maybe it's his karma catching up with him. He got a whole bunch of wild going on.
Who we do? Roxy.
Slide it over. Yeah, that's fine. Nigga got in trouble. Yeah, but I was saying maybe it was his karma catching up with him. You heard all the wild about Karl Malone?
About what you mean about his daughter and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how he wasn't trying to own up to one of his daughters until she got into the league.
A bunch of his kids. He got a kid that made it to the NFL. That nigga got great genes. When his daughter made it to the WNBA, got a son that made it to the NFL. Don't claim neither one of them.
He tried to go after or reconcile with the daughter. She wasn't having it though. Yeah, he did. That's foul. That's what he get.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's what you get.
Speaking of getting what they get, hear about this nigga Chad Wheeler for the Seattle Seahawks?
Oh no, I didn't see what he got. What he get?
I'm saying hopefully he get what he need to get. He didn't get anything yet.
Yeah, he need to get something for that. What did he do though, Mike? Tell the people what he did.
Yeah, I mean essentially tried to kill his girlfriend. His black girlfriend, white boy. Tried to kill her. She said,
what position he playing at on the Seahawks?
He a lineman. So this is a big dude. And he weird looking. I'm like, how he get such a pretty girl?
He in the NFL.
Got that money.
That
big
bag.
Big dude got that money.
He probably went through her phone since she was messing with another nigga or something.
Forget what
Big
happened.
Country thought he was the only one.
Reports said he was choking her out. Like had his hand around her arm or hand around her throat. I forget which one. And then another hand like smothering her at the face. Till she passed. And then was like hitting her too.
Yeah, he blackened her eyes.
Till she passed out, yeah.
She was messed up.
She was all jacked up. And she said she was unconscious. And when she woke up, he was sitting in the room. And like saw her wake up and was like, and literally said, "Oh, you're alive?" And she said she ran in the bathroom, locked the door, called the one time. And then he ran in there trying to apologize, but it was already on the way. Came, pulled him up out of there.
You see how it wasn't, well, it made news, but it wasn't all over SportsCenter that day.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how I found about it. Somebody had put it out there like, dang, y'all ain't talking about this at all?
That's how I seen it, too.
Wouldn't be the first time Big Ben got away with some stuff, too.
Hella stuff. Everybody in the NFL be doing the wild.
If they white, they get away with it.
Yeah.
They black, it's all over ESPN. ASAP.
Man.
It's crazy.
When we knew we was going to talk about that, man, I was just thinking, like, I'm so happy I was, like, especially because of how sensitive I've always been. I'm so happy, like, I didn't have to grow up around that, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, domestic violence is nothing to play with. Violence, period, is nothing to play with.
Period.
Like, nah. Cool.
I got more. I ain't gonna say it though. All right, I got a hypothetical for you.
Gee. It's the YouTube movement theme song. Sorry, that was foul.
I didn't even hear what you said.
Nothing.
The YouTube movement theme song?
Yep, YouTube.
I don't get it.
YouTube. Or Me Too? Me.
Oh, man, that was a church hymn. This nigga.
I know what it was.
All right, so you've been hitting the weights, right?
But yeah.
You've been hitting the weights.
Yeah.
You and wifey, it's been a few months. Y'all been faithful. Like a few times a week, y'all been hitting the weights. So y'all both looking good. Right? Y'all plan a beach day. Hit the beach. Y'all chilling. Got a few
like
drinks.
What we got going.
Having food, you know what I'm saying? Y'all having a good time, just the two of y'all. But like I said, y'all been hitting the weights. So y'all been hitting the gym. So y'all looking good. So y'all flick it up. Selfies. Y'all take turns taking pictures of each other. Right? Hypothetical.
Of course.
Boom. Wifey throw one of her flicks up on the gram. One of her pics by herself. Like I said, she been hitting it like she looking good. She in her beach attire. She in her bathing suit. You know what I'm saying? Boom. She throw it up on the gram. One of the homies double taps. How you feeling?
I wouldn't care.
No?
I mean, if I even let her keep it up on the gram, no, I'm not gonna care.
what if like she got like one of those a week?
What do you mean?
She posts like one flick like that a week, and it's like you see like the same few homies consistently double tapping.
I mean, these are people that I grew up with, like y'all. I'm gonna be like, they just on the gram double tapping their picture. I mean,
what if it's not like a homie like us?
Then I mean, I'm gonna ask her, but I mean that's doing a lot of work.
You gonna ask wifey?
Yeah, who's this? I'm not. What you mean? You want me to go ask this nigga what he doing?
I'm saying, but if it's the homie, like, you know who it is.
I mean, no, I'm still not gonna go ask this nigga. I'm gonna ask her, why is he liking your pictures like this?
I feel it.
And then depending on her answer, then I'm gonna be like, okay, then I think you're full of shit. So let me go ask this nigga what's up. And then I'm like, okay, if both y'all full of shit, then I'm gonna assess the situation after that. But I mean, after that, there ain't nothing else. Those are the 3 steps that I would take.
I feel it. I was listening to I think it was what was I listening to? It was an old radio show, and they were talking about like whether or not it's cool to like your homies' girls like sexy photos. I was like, I don't think I would mind. Now if it was a bunch of them,
like you'd want any and everybody just to like them. You see what I'm saying?
I feel it.
And I can't knock it if you're an Instagram person, like you're a nigga on Instagram. You be liking hella pictures all day long. You might like 1,500 pictures today. 1,000 of those is girls. Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know, looking deep down in yourself, but I mean, nah, I'm not gonna get mad that my girl's one of those 800 people that pictures you like today. You know what I mean? I'm just not, I don't know. But my girl also wouldn't even be posting that. So even if you post it, then we having a whole different conversation at that beginning. So but
see, this made me think about a conversation Dora and I had. He was asking me, and with this, it's hypothetical, like niggas is single. You know what I'm saying? He was like, do you care about body count? Like as far as like dating a girl. And I was like, not necessarily, like that's not like a question I asked, but and so like we're going further and further into the conversation, right? So then he asked me about like porn stars and strippers. And I said absolutely not. Like I couldn't. I was like Mary. He was talking about like Mary.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no, I couldn't do it. He was like, I thought you said body count doesn't matter. I was like, not Mary though, bro. Like if it's like I'm single and like, you know what I'm saying, I'm in there and it's going down, going down, but like not like Mary. He was like, oh, I thought you said. I was like, nah, bro, can't do it. He was like, oh, come on, Mike. I'm like, nah, I can't do it, bro.
Yeah,
can't do it. Not gonna be able to do it. But we seen Dora's actions at the. I'll leave him alone. I'm gonna take that part out.
Please do. Because he was so sincere when he asked us.
Oh my God.
I know, but he was sincere when he was like, please don't say nothing. Yeah. Cut and paste. Beautiful, guys.
So I told you I've been watching Survivor, right?
Yeah. Okay, Survivor updates. Let's get it.
Yes. So there's a season. I forget what season it is, but they're in. I think it's season 5, I believe. They're in Thailand, right? It's a black girl. It's season 5. Season 5 of Survivor. They're in Thailand. It's a black lady and a black dude. They're on the same tribe, right? And she's talking to, you know how like it's kind of like any like reality show, they show you like the action, they show like the one person by themselves talking to the camera, right? And like as you see them like in camp, they're all hugged up, they're like arm in arm, and it's like almost like they just start dating like on some like cutesy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Both of them are married, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The dude is for sure married, right? Yeah, I'm with it. The dude is for sure married. But it's cold out there, like they sleeping outside, so everybody be cuddled up with somebody to keep warm, right? And so they be cuddled up at night. And I guess one night he spooned her, right? And like he spooned her and grinded up on her, like she said he grinded up on her like 4 times, right? And then the next, I don't know why I had this up here the whole time. And then the next morning, she asked him about it, and he said, he's used to being hugged up with his wife, and I'm a big guy, I'm an affectionate guy. I'm hugged up with a woman, I'm thinking it's my wife. When I realized it wasn't, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? And I stopped. And she was like, oh, okay, cool, right? Mm-hmm. And then she's like, and she starts crying because she's like, oh, because I've been raped before in the past and blah, 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 this whole thing. And she accepted his apology, gave him a big hug, kiss on the cheek. They squashed it, right? And mind you, before that happened, like I said, she's talking to the camera talking about, oh, like it's like having my yeah, she is married. It's like having my husband out here. I got somebody that I can like hug up with and blah, 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 right? And then literally that night, that happens.
Oh, wow.
And so he apologizes, right? Mm-hmm. She accepts the apology, and then like it's one of those things like after thinking about like everything that happened, she didn't believe his apology, right? And she's going around telling people what happened, like around like it's different people, like different people gathering firewood, different people at the water. So she's going around just telling people what happened, right? And he tells her like, hey, I think we need to have a talk. And she's like, okay. He's like, I think this happens sooner rather than later. So this nigga gathers the whole tribe up, right? Tells everybody what happened. Like, I grinded up on her, thought it was my wife.
Is she like, she's sitting there just dumbfounded because she didn't know this was going to happen?
No, right? Of course she didn't know it was going to happen. And then she puts more on it, right? And this stuff like she didn't say the first time. You could tell, like, the way I took it was, she accepted his apology. Oh, and when she started crying saying that she had been raped before, right? She was saying like, I thought you were going to say like, oh, that never happened and make me feel crazy and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Right? So I think she was happy that he was like, yes, that I did do that. Yeah. And gave some type of an explanation. So she, instead of just being like, no, that didn't happen. So that made her feel good. And then she went and thought about everything that happened and was like, nah, it's still not cool. And then so everybody right there, right? She was like, so that's all you did? You weren't like kissing on my neck? You weren't kissing my shoulder? You weren't like, put this nigga, all this nigga's married, just had a baby. Put this nigga all on blast, right? Oh my God, this nigga go bad on her, right? He was like, I'm not even attracted to you. No, I didn't do that. Like, going hard on her, bro. So
now Invisible being hitting her with it did never happen?
No, like saying, like, yeah, I grinded up on you, but, like, don't be saying I was kissing you and stuff, though, even though I do believe her, though. She not finna just dub all. I mean, she might have, but I don't think she finna just dub all that.
I sure hope not. Because you putting your lips on somebody dubbing that's nasty.
You ever had a girl put a whole bunch of stuff on you and then you had to set her straight?
Nah. No, nope.
I thought you was
about to think about it.
He was like, nah, nope. Oh, and see, this is what I was about to say when we was talking about Chad Wheeler, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna say it, even though I don't know why I was acting weenie. The one time I hit a girl, right? And it wasn't even with my hand. Let me put that out there early. This girl that used to live when we lived on Sandalwood. This girl that used to live right across the. I don't know how my mind went to this off of what we were just talking about. But she used to live right across from us on Sandalwood, right? She, I forget her name. Mexican girl, though. We'd be outside, like, playing for Brie and Brandy was over one summer, too. This is that same summer. It's actually right before Brie and Brandy got there. This girl keep running by, hitting me, right? And I'm telling her, like, yo, like, stop hitting me. Like, my mom told me I can't hit girls, so I can't hit you. But stop hitting me. Like, leave me alone. She keep hitting me, right? We playing catch, and it just happened to time it, like, right when she running by, hit me, like, right when I catch the ball. And this is after, like, 5 or 6 times getting hit, right? She run past, I load up. Boom! Tight spiral, like, right in her thigh, right? She fall over. Limp to the house, right? I go inside because I'm like, I know I'm finna get in trouble, like. So I just go in the house, right? Her and her mom come knock on the door. She's standing there crying, like she don't need to be hopping nowhere. She's just standing at the door. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hopping around her mom, like, oh, she has arthritis in her leg, all this other stuff. And I'm still to this day, I doubt it's true, but she made me feel all kind of bad. Yeah. The one time I hit a girl. Like I said, I don't know how my mind went to that. What was we talking about?
Shit.
That was what it was. Had to set a girl straight. She told her mom that I had been picking on her. That was what it was. And I had even told my mom, like, even from the day before, like, this girl, like, she keep bothering me
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom was like, oh, just ignore her. She probably just like you. Like, the little girls do that when they like you. Just ignore her. Like, and she gonna leave you alone, blah, blah. And I knew she didn't like me. She was, like, legit picking with me. She didn't like me. Like,
yeah.
I know the difference. Like, she didn't like me, bro.
Nah,
She's picking with me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, yeah, I had to tell her. I was like, no, I wasn't picking on her. And that's when my mom, because, like, my mom is sitting on the couch. Mm-hmm. Letting me talk to them, like, like, you know how moms is, like, if you can handle it, like, handle it. I'm right here, like, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, no, like, she kept messing with me, and she was like, and you've been picking on her, blah, blah, blah. And that's when my mom got up. Yeah. And was like, no, he's been coming in here telling me since yesterday that your daughter's been picking with him, and she finally got her. It's like, he gonna get his for throwing a football at a girl, but like, nah, that's not what happened. Yeah, I had to set her straight. That was why my mind went to that. The one time I had to set a girl straight.
Oh no, I did. My cousin though. She kicked. Well, this wasn't what worse though. She kicked me in my stomach, knocked the wind out of me. We was playing. I forgot what I was doing. I probably was picking on her. I probably deserved it, but not to like that level of force. Because I don't be mess with people like that. So I was probably just like antagonizing her or something. But she kicked me, knocked the wind out of me, and I had to let her know that level of playing isn't accepted. So I snatched her by her braids and dragged her to the trash can.
Oh my word.
Do we have to cut that part out?
Nah,
I'm just messing with you. Nah, yeah, that happened though. But like that's family though. She knew that's crossing the line, and I can't really like fight you. So, yeah. You trash can was probably like 20 yards.
Well, she was traumatized.
Maybe.
How old were you?
7, 8.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, and I was like. We was out here in Esco, so I was like 12. I was like 12.
That's before I met y'all. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that little girl and her mom had me feeling all kind of bad, and I knew it wasn't like I knew I got her good because I threw it hard as hell. Mm-hmm. And it was one of them ones, you know how like when you out playing, like you shoot a shot and like you like this like perfect rotation, you like, damn, I shot the hell out of that ball. Yeah. It was one of them ones I threw that spiral. It was like. It was a tight spiral, bro.
That's right before you started playing QB, right? Mm-hmm. In Pop Warner?
Mm-hmm. Got her good.
I couldn't believe that. Mike was out there, quarterback of the football team, boy. I ain't never want to go. I ain't never want to go play football so bad with Mike. I'm up over here at practice, and I'm like, this is fun and everything, but he's the quarterback over there. I don't know, like, I'm out here in this football practice, like, man.
You can say it. Shout out to Pop Warner. Nigga went back and played Pop Warner in high school. That's part of the reason why I got to play QB. But that season was dope because they adjusted our schedule to play teams that were like us, that had high school players. That was what made, because otherwise, like, to be real, I don't know if I'd really talk about that season if they wouldn't have done that. Like, I would, but I wouldn't, like, as much as I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. Because I was one of, like, I was the oldest guy on my team for sure. But I was one of, like, 4 or 5 high school players on a Pop Warner team.
But, like, size-wise, where were you at, though?
I was the lightest guy.
Yeah.
I was literally the lightest guy on my team.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, in the game of football, I mean, yeah, age always plays a big difference. But if it look that your counterpart's just as athletic and as fast, then, I mean...
And if you just saw the last episode of a dad pod, I guess that we had Jeff, he was on my team and he was faster than me. So I wasn't even like the most like athletic guy, and he was still in middle school, and that nigga was fast as hell. Yeah, and he was faster than me. So I wasn't even like, you know what I'm saying?
Throwing in and catching the ball, you wasn't out there doing it like
Nah,
that.
not at all, not at all, not at all. And like I said, there was this. We played against Ramona's Pop Warner. They had their running back was a high schooler. We played them at home. This nigga came up the middle, and I played safety like only when I absolutely had to. Like I only played quarterback because they didn't want me to get hurt. Against that nigga, I had to play safety. That nigga came up the middle and ran me clear over. I had to like hang on to him and like fall down backwards. And this nigga put his head. That nigga blasted me, bro. And I'm thinking like, man, like, I come out to safety. These niggas need me out here to come shut some shit down real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This nigga leveled me, fam. I tackled him, but that nigga blasted me. But yeah, that was a fun season though. That was a fun season.
I was thinking about when I got blasted my first time, and really my only time. I learned from my mistakes quick on the football field. Mm-hmm. Remember when I caught that route on that sideline, and I don't know if I thought that the defender was just gonna run past me, but I stopped my feet, and that linebacker didn't run past me. He ran through me.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that was the last time I tried that move, I guess. So I don't know if it was move or nerves. I was just nervous because that was my first time in that position. Didn't know what to do. And I got to that angle of pursuit, that moment, and I just stopped and took all contact. But Mike and them was like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "I don't know." Little nigga, no teaching. All athleticism. And the coach said, "Here, get out there and go play."
It's just athletes, man, and I think that's the difference. That's why other than the top players, in certain sports, I think that's why a lot of these kids have to specialize in sports, because they not outside playing like we is outside, running around, jumping fences, riding skate, doing a whole bunch of stuff that requires hand-eye coordination and balance, and you know what I mean.
Oh, facts.
And these kids is in the house. These kids got mad hand-eye coordination on the video games they play, but as far as being an athlete and not just being a basketball player or a football player or a baseball player, niggas was athletes out here.
I couldn't call myself a skater, but I could skate.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't have the blades with the soaps on the grinding soaps, but I could blade though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being outside was fun. Being outside was fun. These kids ain't never gonna know nothing about that. And things are different these days because you gotta worry. Me and Derek was just talking about this the other day. It's so much more you gotta worry about now. You gotta worry about your kid getting snatched up and some more stuff. Oh, back then it was as long as they in a group of 3, you really ain't even gotta worry.
Nope.
And that in our
especially
house,
3 boys.
I was about to say, in our house that was built in, and we always had Ace or DeAndre or somebody around. And then we moved out here, you or Kevin or Isaac or something. We always had somebody around. And then by this point, coming out here, niggas was way older, so it was we wish somebody would, you know what I'm saying, at that point. I remember my mom would always say, y'all be safe. Mom, you know how deep we roll?
Yeah.
It ain't finna just be sweet.
And I remember, Tyne and Stephen, she be telling me stories about them. They was little kids, just them 2, riding their bikes through the city. Mm-hmm. Mad missions by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Stephen and Derek used to be out.
To where I'm listening ain't no way in the world I'll let my kid do that nowadays.
These dudes rode their bikes up the back trails and hills at Dixon Lake.
Oh yeah,
and got lost, and came out over there by Escondido High School.
Oh wow.
Think about that, bro.
I did. I'd be mad.
Think about.
I'd be mad because y'all was living on Sandalwood.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be hot.
For those that don't know. That's a distance of if you in Escondido, you know Dixon Lake and Escondido High School. I you know what I'm saying, I'll let him look it up and tell you how many miles that is. But that's to be lost on a trail and come out over there and be whoa, I'm way away from home. Think about what that could have turned into, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Or if they wouldn't have found the road by the time, you know what I'm saying, before it got dark. Think about that.
Anything could have happened out there.
This dude said they was lost for 3.5 hours just riding trails. Just went out for a bike ride. Got lost in the trails for 3 hours and came out a mile and a half away from home.
Let me see. That shit, from Sandalwood to Escondido High is 3.6 miles. And in between that, they took a 10-mile adventure through Dixon Lake.
But y'all know the trails at Dixon, they're hiking trails. Any type of trail you want to go for a hike, over there through the you know what I'm saying, in the mountains and by the lakes and stuff like that. It's like a hiking trail. They lost in there for 3 hours. Come out 3.6 miles away from home. Luckily made it out before it got dark.
Yeah. Cause there's bobcat, mountain lions over there.
All kind of shit.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And just thinking about, I always think about that. That's why I brought that up to Derek a few times. Mm-hmm. And that it make you be y'all can't even go out for a bike ride. Where y'all going? And us and see, Derek and I were just talking about this. With us, our parents were more concerned about bodily harm. Because they knew we were going to be trying to jump our bikes off of stuff and get into things. It was more
broken
about
bones.
literally broken bones falling off your bike. Now it's, man,
it's getting snatched up.
That's crazy.
I came home with all kind of broken bones, torn ligaments. I broke my arm riding my bike to school. Passed out on impact. And then my mom gonna take me back to the house, give me some Motrin, and then let me go back to sleep for 3 hours. And my arm is messed up. I was like, oh, this how we do it? But she said, you was asleep, boy. I thought I had some time. Go get dressed.
Into freshman year, because I remember walking home from school on the last day of school. It was deep. It was like, of course, me, you, Steph,
and we was
Kevin,
mobbing, and we had to slow down for you.
The Masons. I remember we came to
shopping cart.
Yep.
Was we going to like my mama's house? Because we had a mission.
Yeah, it was either your house or the Masons' house. One of the two.
It was my mom's house because we stopped at Washington Park.
Yep. And when we went it was your mom's house. We went like all the back ways, and we was coming down the hill to Grand. I forget what's the name of that street. What's the name of that street? Midway. It's coming down Midway. Coming down Midway.
Down Eagles Point.
Put me in the shopping cart and was ghost.
And that's what we was trying to take the security cart. Yeah, we was gonna take the security cart. We drove that for a little bit, and then turn next niggas gonna turn.
Fam, that day I broke my ankle was such a bad day. Like all around was just a bad day. I remember like I woke up. Favorite cereal was all out. Wasn't no more Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm like, dang, man, gotta make some oatmeal. And I remember like the wreck was like Saturday night, like you couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
wait all day.
You making sure you gonna come in there looking right.
Yeah.
Outfit I wanted to wear, everything wasn't clean. Thought it was ready to go.
Hey, that was real. Making sure the wristbands was ready.
You know what I'm saying?
That was real.
You know, you want the whole
Saturday night
you need the whole lay to be looking good at the wreck. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Whole lay wasn't right. Get to the wreck, and I remember I'm in there. DeAndre, my bro to this day, he was in town that weekend, and I remember. And this is back when, like, the wreck, it wasn't just basketball. Like, everybody was in there, like, kicking it, hanging out, playing
football
music.
On the other side sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? And they had a kickball out. Can you make sure he don't, he had a kickball out. It was a soccer ball, actually. And it was, I'm on the far court at the wreck, and this nigga come running full speed at the ball and kicked it right into my head, bro. I fall over hard as hell. Got blasted over. I came up dizzy.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I remember my team lost. My team lost. I had to take a minute, get some water, let somebody sub in from where I came back in. My team lost. And while I'm off waiting for my next run, the older guys that were playing on the other court, I'm not even paying attention. I'm looking at the court that I was just playing on, dribbling. Somebody coming wide off of that court bumped into me. And I've been a little dude my whole life. Yeah. Big dude bump into me, lay me out. Bow. I go down again for the second time that day. Get back on the court. I go to do a spin move, bump into the dude guarding me, and step on my own ankle, and I feel it pop. Bow.
One foot on the other foot?
I'm going to spin. He pushed me. Like that. Stepped on it. Boom.
Ooh,
I feel it pop. It didn't my ankle didn't snap, but I felt something pop. Yeah. And I knew something was all bad. Like something's broken, fractured, something's bad in here. I know it is. I feel it, and I heard it. Call pop. This nigga come strolling in like ain't nothing wrong. He just know like, and because of how like it before like it really like got bad, it hurt right away. But it was still like I'm on the phone like, hey dad, I think I broke my ankle, man. Like you gotta come get me, because we used to walk to and from the wreck. You know what I'm saying? And because I remember he told me later, because of how calm I was and how I was able to speak, he was like, it can't be broken. If it was broken, you'd have been screaming and crying. Fact. Remember he said that while he's in there shooting.
I remember he came
I'm sitting in there like literally, and I remember, bro, I'm sitting on the top bleacher. And I got my foot on the one like below it, and I remember like resting my foot on there. I felt like I was putting it back in place.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that like kept it feeling good. Was like holding it like that. And I remember like watching him shoot, and I'm like, "Yo, can we leave?" Like,
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, we go leave in a minute." So I'm like, "Dad, I think my ankle is broken." He's like, "Your ankle is not broken, son. If it was broken, you'd be screaming and crying." I was like, "I feel like I want to scream and cry. Like, can we go?" He's like, "Oh, okay, son." Turn around, put up 2 more shots. Then came and helped me outside to the car. Took me to the doctor that night. Took me to the ER that night. They're like, "Yep, broken ankle." Like, I told you, nigga.
He would show off the jumper, nigga.
Man, yeah, I've been accident pro my whole life, man. My whole life.
Thank God I only broke my arms and my fingers.
This nigga was calling me stomp.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
All my people said.
I almost said it too. Hey, Stompy.
Saw a one night stand conversation on Twitter. What percentage of men do you think have had a one night stand?
Have had?
Have had.
35.
35.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say 45. I was gonna say between like 45 and like 48. I don't think every like half of dudes, like everybody can't.
Nah.
I don't want to make it sound like that.
Because out of all the dudes, 50%?
Okay, I don't want to say not everybody can't. Not everybody's that irresponsible. Let me say that. Not everybody's that irresponsible. Not everybody's.
And that means
not everybody's that
there. Every just split. No, I don't think so.
Not everybody's that adventurous. Let me not say irresponsible.
Yeah.
Maybe all of those.
I was about to say irresponsible.
Maybe a mixture of all of that. Maybe not everybody's not that adventurous.
Depends on how it went down.
Right.
Because you could set up one night stands.
Right.
You're fully adult about it.
Or it could just happen.
You
ever had one?
No.
No?
No. Unfortunately.
You said
not unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, but no, I've never had one. No. No, I was never that brave.
Feel it.
The thought of ideas kind of scares me.
Feel it.
I was actually a big weenie when it came to girls growing up. Still am, but hey, different story. Married now. Like I never approached and talked to girls growing up like that. Like I was never one to go out and talk. I didn't talk to girls unless I knew they already liked me.
I feel it. Me, I was never really pressed like that. Like even like for me, like I said, for me, I didn't pick up on a lot of hints that I should have picked up on a lot of the times too. Mm-hmm. And then for me, if I liked a girl and she liked me and we could kick it, that was all I really needed.
Yeah.
Up until like 17, 18, and even after I lost my virginity, because I lost my virginity at 16. Even after like I had sex for the first time, I wasn't like, oh my god, I got to do this again. And it was like, I was cool, no doubt, it was cool for sure, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm chasing the next one. It was like,
yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah, I never got in the super chase mode like that. No,
definitely had a one night stand before.
Yeah.
What, about to say, I don't know if I want to get. I just won't make a video for it for Instagram because my mom be watching those. She don't watch the whole podcast, but she be watching the Instagram video. I might still make it forget that.
She got to know what she's looking at.
I was about to say, man. Because I'm pretty sure, like, if she just don't like, because she watches them all. Shout out to my mom. She always like, so you know how like when you watching a story, you could like send an emoji and like you'll get it as a DM, like whatever emoji people put on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she always did. She always showed up like no matter what, and she never reshared nothing from the podcast. I was about to say even a reshare, but no, she never did that. But the ones that like depending on what we talking about, she won't like it or like put an emoji on it or nothing. Because like the last one when I was talking about, when I was like, when I was talking about about to have the animal people on you.
Give a fuck, take them.
I was about to say, oh yeah, when I was talking about we used to talk about the cookies and I was talking about the Four Loko. She didn't like that. I didn't get no DM emojis on that one or nothing. Didn't get nothing. I know she was probably watching it like, man, you was passed out in the tub. Like,
man,
come on, my nigga.
Come on, G. Not my baby. Dang, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I'm not tripping though.
No, I know, but just from her point of view, I didn't even think about that.
Like I look at it like, and especially because like I'm a content guy now, right? I got like different.
platforms.
I was about to say different like buckets for everything, but different platforms for everything. Because like I'm not finna be coming in here like, I mean, I talk about my kids of course, but I'm not finna like be talking about that nonstop on here. You know what I'm saying? I can do that on the dad pod. Yeah, I don't want to talk sports on here a lot of because it's some girls that listen to the podcast and they don't really, and they've told me like I like the podcast, but I either turn it off when y'all start talking about sports or I fast forward through it. Yeah, and a lot of the time, to be real, I just turn it off. I was like, all right, sports, we gotta limit it. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, because that's not what
so we don't talk a lot of sports on here. I can do that on the mic. You know what I'm saying? And on here, I can just kick it about everything. You know what I'm saying? And on those other, like, I could do it on the dad pod, but I'm not really gonna do it out on there, and especially not on the mic. I would never be on there like drinking a brew or talking about a lot of stuff like one night stands or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though I've had I'm planning to have more pros and more like adults on the show, but I'm gonna have high school guests too, and I don't want if I got a high school kid coming tomorrow. He's like out of nowhere got like 4 or 5 D1 offers. It's finna be lit for him pretty soon. It's already lit for him, but it's finna go crazy in a minute. Finna have him on the show. 6'9" dude, go to Torrey Pines. If I send him the show, like, yeah, he want to come do it, and he show his mom, like, hey, that's where I'm going. And she look at the show and
she go back to a couple shows and be like, whoa, look what he be talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why whenever, especially, of that age, I send him, either a link to an exact show or I send him the playlist link of only on the mic. I don't send him the whole channel because they, might click on a family room or something and be like, nigga said he ain't had sex since when? What he complaining about?
Stupid. How does he feel about our president?
Bro, I went down. I mean, it sounds a little vain. Obviously, how you can go down a hole. I went down a hole watching our old podcast videos.
Oh, yeah?
And I was watching that one when I was talking about that. And then the next one we had Isaac on there. Oh, man, that was funny stuff. We got to have Steph back on the podcast as a guest pretty soon.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be fun. Ran into Steph at Sprouts today. I took the boys, you know how Lake Hodges, how it's all trees now? Mm-hmm. There's a bridge over that. I don't know if you ever noticed that from the freeway, but there's a bridge over Lake Hodges. And when it's not raining, when the park is all wet, that's where me and Barron go, so we could just take his scooter. It's a straight shot, high rails, everything's safe, we good to go.
I didn't know the bridge. That's dope. I've always wanted to go on that bridge.
Me too. And I was like, perfect opportunity. I'm gonna start taking Barron over there. And he love it.
That's cool.
And he love it.
How far is that from the pad?
Oh, it's one exit away. You get because my parents, how close they are to jump on the 15 right there. You pass via Rancho Parkway, and it's literally the next exit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, super close. Dang, why'd I get into that? What was I talking about?
Stuff. You running into stuff.
So we went and did that. Oh, and it was dope because just like I'm layered now, had the hoodie on, took the jacket off, put Max on in the carrier, and then put the jacket on and zip it up. So he was super warm, nigga, knocked out. It was perfect. That's part of the routine, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but then we went to Sprouts after that. Was pulling up, seeing Steph walking around, and I to be real, I haven't seen him since I think since Christmas. Did they come over for New Year's? I think it was Christmas. I haven't seen him since Christmas. Yeah, that was cool. It was cool to see him. He was walking around Sprouts. He was shy. You could tell he was shopping for the crib. I was just picking up lunch real quick. Yeah, it was cool though. It was cool.
That's crazy. I ain't seen Steph in a minute.
I know, and I was thinking about that when I was getting back in the car because I'm carrying. I'm too cheap to even buy a 10-cent bag, but I was like, nah, I don't need a bag, so I'm just carrying the stuff, right? Steph, of course, he's mature. He got his stuff in bags, so it's easy for him.
Oh, I got a story. My bad. Remind me. I got a story.
And I meant to tell you, the time that we had to cancel the pod, you told me you had a story for me, and I never heard that story.
Oh, that for sure don't know what it is now.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what episode you're talking about.
I was thinking about that when we got in the car. Oh, you text me. You was like, I got a story for you, and it's nothing good.
Oh, damn. Nothing good? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I for sure don't know.
But I was thinking about that when I got in the car because I'm buckling Max in, he's buckling Puffin, and I'm like, that was crazy.
They'll run into him like that?
Yeah, and then me and him buckling my kids into the car, me and him putting my kids in car seats.
Yeah.
I was just like,
time for the evolution, everything. Trust me, it trips me out all the time though, bro. All the time.
Good story.
So remember when we was going up to Inferno?
Of course.
Yeah.
Legendary times.
You're damn
Shout
right.
out to the Inferno and the Inferno days.
Shout out. So Mike is introduced.
Oh, I know what story's coming.
He's trying to introduce me to the scene. Yeah, buddy. So this is my first time going, right? I don't know what's going on. So my eyes are big. So I'm like looking around, see what's going on. We get up to the door, and I let Mike go first, right? Buddy pulls out the biggest bag of change I've ever seen, Derek. And it's a Ziploc full of mixed coins.
It wasn't even a Ziploc. It wasn't even a Ziploc. It was like, you remember the Nike bags that we used to wear that mom used to call a turtle shell? It was like the sport bag. Yeah.
It was a sports bag.
And for those who don't know, the Inferno is literally a club for teenagers. Literally a club.
With a line.
No alcohol, of course, but they in there serving a Red Bull like it's drinks, and you ever got to really like go to the bar and order it. Like it's a legit club with a little outside area. People be out there like teenage. I don't know how they was getting it off. But teenagers out there smoking cigarettes and Black and Milds. Some niggas got blunts if they was brave enough to try to sneak it in because they pat you down before you come in. It was legit a club. Legitimately a club. Stage, everything. It was a club.
And he pulls out, and I think that he's finna go in the bag and grab some money. But all I started to hear is the change going around, and I'm like, no way. He's finna get a whole... And it should have came to me because earlier that day, he was like, hey, you got some change? And I was like, all right, whatever, nigga.
Did I make it to the door?
Yes, but because I didn't know you had change until you got to the counter. And you took it off your back. It was about to hand it to her, and I was like, whoa.
Because I must have tried to get it off another time then. Because there was another time we was in the car, and you was like, Mike, I'll loan you some money, bro. You're not standing in line with me with all that shit, bro.
Okay, so damn.
I was like, maybe it happened twice, because that's what I remember happening. We were
talking about it, and I thought you were joking still. So that's the same time.
No. You legit told me you'll let me borrow money in the car.
I
remember,
it must have happened twice.
He didn't say I'll let you borrow money. He said I'll give you money, right? And I'm thinking like, okay, you give me 10, I just give you this $10 I got right here because it was only 10. It was 10 to get in. He was like, bro, I'm not taking that. You pay me another time. Bro, the Inferno was popping. I couldn't miss out.
And I wasn't mad.
I had to be in there. I legit pulled up. And it wasn't all quarters neither.
It was mixed coins.
It wasn't all quarters neither. $10, all silver coins, bruh. I couldn't miss out. I had to be in there.
I remember both episodes. I thought it was like before though.
So maybe it happened twice, but the car thing definitely happened.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that and you're like, nah, I'm cool in the car. And then we got in line.
No. It definitely happened twice then because I didn't say no, I'm cool.
I remember getting up to the line to the window.
That or you making shit up.
I think I'm the one making shit up. But man, I probably had a dream about it. But I looked at the lady's face, and she looked at you like, no way you going to make me count coins right now.
And see, that sounds familiar.
And then that's when I was familiar, like...
So maybe it happened twice.
And I was just like, oh my God.
Or maybe I tried to get it off. So maybe I did it once, and then I tried to get it off again, and you was like, nah, this isn't happening again.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Maybe.
And I was like, yeah, we're not doing this a second time, bro.
Bro, the Inferno was popping.
And there was no shame in it, but I was just like, I can't. Like, that's just not me. I'm not even the one keep coins now.
And see, and
my wife gets on my back.
I thought about it in the moment and also later on. I'm glad you did that, bro. And I'm glad the first time I did it, a whole bunch of people like from ESCO or like that I know wasn't right there to see, because I never would have lived that down, bro.
No.
How it's just now coming up now, like damn near 20 years. Well, 06. Yeah, about 15 years later. And niggas would have been hitting me with that every so often at the wreck. Like, hey, Mike, let me get $2. Is it going to be all quarters, though, bro?
Quarters, I don't want it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas would have been flaming me, bro.
Facts. Lucky it was me, too, because I was like, I can't do it. That's just not, still not me.
How popping was the Inferno, though, bro?
On a scale of 1 to 10, for sure, 8 every time.
At least.
Minimum. If you was in there not knowing what to do, it was an 8. Remember when I thought I was going to die? Because I was choking on a piece of ice next to the stereo. And look, I didn't know, because it's so loud, niggas can't talk. And I just grabbed Mike, and I had that, I'm about to die, look in my eyes, and he's like, you okay? Like, and I just saw that look, and I just like, I got to calm down, because this ice is going to melt. And then it just melted, and it went away. But, bro, I thought I was gone.
This nigga grabbed me so quick and like that. Gone. It's like I'm trying to get you away from danger or somebody about to swing on me.
Yeah. That's how Mike looked at me like, nigga, what's going on? And I couldn't talk. Man. I remember telling myself, just relax. It's ice. It will melt.
Bro, I had a moment like that at Grant. Yeah. I'll never forget. Yup. And y'all niggas wasn't even there. And I remember I told y'all about it. And I remember you was just like, this nigga almost choked on some noodles. And the nigga just went to hoop. That was it. 8th grade, when we used to play basketball in the morning, we used to get the cup of noodles. And then we'll get the cup of noodles and the apple juice or the raspberry juice. The raspberry juice was fire. We get the cup of noodles, right? And I'm eating it, and I used to like to let mine like sit in there because it wasn't just like they didn't put it in the microwave. It was the hot water that sat in the thing.
From the coffee.
Yeah, so you had to let it sit in there for a little bit. And I used to like sometimes I would eat mine too soon. It would still be kind of crunchy, so I used to let mine sit for dumb long. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like
y'all did.
I remember by the time y'all got up to go play basketball, I still had like half a cup left, and they didn't let you take food like past the little gate right there. So I just started sitting down. You couldn't get up with your food or nothing. I'm just throwing it in like. Trying to like, you know what I'm saying, just trying to choke it all down. And I remember like, bro, and it's noodles, bro, and so like it's all in my mouth and I'm trying to just and just go right, you know what I'm saying, all of it gets stuck right here, bro. And I remember I'm like, I can't swallow it, it won't go down. I even trying to cough it back up and it's a ball of noodles just stuck right here, bro. And I remember I grabbed my juice was already gone because I had already drank it, trying to hurry up and get to the basketball court. And I remember I don't know if you remember her name, Jolene McCoy. Her little brother, Colin. He was a grade below us. He was sitting next to me. He was funny as hell. He was sitting next to me. And I remember I didn't like, and I'm choking, like panicking. I didn't even ask him. I just grabbed his juice, and I'm thinking like if I just get some liquid in there, it'll all just, you know what I'm saying? I do that, and all the liquid goes between the noodles and just goes down. And it's just stuck right there, bro.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
And I remember, bro, I took a deep breath through my nose to calm. I don't know how this all just clicked to me.
Yeah.
I took a deep breath through my nose to calm down, and I just like put my head up and open my mouth as wide as I could, and just put my fingers in there and just start pulling the noodles out. And that was how I got them out.
Oh no, that's uncomfortable.
Bro, that was one of the scariest moments of my life, bro.
Oh no, that's.
I remember Colin. He was like, "You thirsty? Okay, you can have it." And like a couple people started laughing. I remember like I ain't got time for that right now, bro. Yeah. And that didn't work. That was one of the scariest moments of my life.
Oh yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's wild right there.
I don't know if I got another story. I think that might be it on the story. We good though. Hour 15 minutes.
Yeah, really? That went by fast.
Feel me?
That was yeah, man, that's crazy. Getting ready for this football, man. I'm really excited to go out of the country, though. Because this may be the only time. I don't want to say that, but I am going to say it might be the only time that I go out the country because I'm not ambitious like that to go. I don't really care to see and tour the world. That's not really out there for me. Like, oh, my gosh, you don't want to travel? Mm-hmm. No. Fuck. Mm-hmm. No, it's cool that you want to go see all the amazing waterfalls. Yeah. If my girl was really into that, then I'm for sure going to take her. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because that's who I chose to be with, and that's why I'm going to go. That's what she wants to do. So I'm going to make her happy at all costs. But if you're asking me as an individual, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't need to see the amazing waterfalls and jump off of the highest. No. But this trip, I think I'm more excited because we've canceled 3 times already. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The past 3 years to go on the same Cabo trip. And this year, whether I go with my sister or not, me and my wife are going.
I want to travel. There's a few places that I definitely want to go. And I feel like once I start traveling, I want to continue to do it.
That's how it starts.
I definitely want to go to Africa. I definitely want to go to Italy. That's really like the 2 places that I definitely want to go. I want to see the pyramids. Where is that? That's Africa, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to see the pyramids for sure. Yeah. I don't really care to see the Great Wall. I'm not tripping off it.
That shit look exhausting looking at that shit in the picture book, boy. Walking down that bitch. Yeah, right.
It did look dope on Karate Kid when they redid it with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. Mm-hmm. It did look dope on there. But other than that, like I said, I'm not really pressed to. Nah, what's it? Fiji be looking dope on Survivor. Fiji be looking
Fiji
dope.
dude look, and that's what I'm saying. All that stuff looks dope, good water and all that stuff. And you know what I mean? I'll go to like Hawaii. I'll go to like Florida. But I'm not my heart's not set on I gotta make sure I get this trip in. You know what I mean? Some people, they can't go years without taking a trip. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not that person. And I'm glad my wife not. But we will be going to taking a trip to the Eiffel Tower because she wants to see that. So I think we might do that for our 20th anniversary. Shh.
It's on the hush though.
Yeah.
Nobody. Top 3. It's the family room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 TV families.
TV families?
Mm-hmm. So we've done dads before.
Families is Family Matters, of course, is number 1.
Okay. Why are they number 1?
Because I mean, it was either them or the Huxtables. Mm-hmm. And I like the Family Matters better than the Huxtables.
The Winslows.
The Winslows. What did I say? The Family Matters.
The Family Matters. I like the Family Matters better.
I have been putting these back. I can't lie.
I feel it.
But
I'm way behind.
That one, and then Fresh Prince, and then I had one too. I forgot. Oh, Smart Guy.
Okay, I could rock with Smart Guy.
Yeah. I was a real big fan of Smart Guy.
I'm gonna go Fresh Prince. It's my favorite show of all time. I'm probably anything out of that when you rank. No, because I guess if you're ranking like sisters and siblings and stuff, I couldn't give it to Hillary or Ashley. I don't know who ranked that.
Ashley was a good sister.
Yeah, she was, but she was a better like cousin to Will than she was a sister to them. They see now I'm splitting hairs.
True, but I mean it was Will's show, so.
Fresh Prince. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Huxtables as well. Fresh Prince has got to be.
That wasn't in my list.
Okay, I gotta go Fresh Prince because how
the Cosby's for sure had better life lessons in it than any show of all.
You think so?
Yeah, it just wasn't. It's just not one of my favorites. The fact Time watches that show now this day, and we like the whole season stuff. No other show compares to like the way they go about life lessons in that show. No other show compares.
Ain't nobody gets shot in for the Huxtables though.
You ain't gotta get shot.
Will took a slug.
He did take a slug. That's a different type of life lesson, though. This is coming from the area that he.
I'm saying we could do. But see,
that's
cover the whole spectrum.
That's why the Huxtables wasn't on my list because they lived a life that I would never live. Well, not that I would never live. That I wasn't living. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? At all. And
see, that's why for me they have to be in there.
I wasn't grow up like Theo.
I'm putting the Banks.
Theo never got in a fight.
I'm putting the Banks and / Will Smith in there because how dope they are. I was gonna say, and because of their affluence, like how much money they have. But if I'm putting them in there because of that, I guess I can leave out the Huxtables because that's like one of the main things I'm putting them in there for. I didn't really like Theo was cool, but he wasn't like.
I couldn't really relate to him.
I didn't want to be Theo.
No, fuck.
I didn't want to be Theo, bruh.
Cool.
Even Smart Guy. I would watch Smart Guy, and I would want to be
Marcus.
I would want to be Marcus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Marcus was cool.
For sure.
The team was trash, but he was the best player on that team.
Ballin'.
He kept a pretty girl. He was a singer. He was a musician. You know what I'm saying? He was cool. He was dope.
Played the piano.
You know what I'm saying? He was cool. Okay, so yeah, I don't think the Huxtables is in there for me, man. I'm gonna go Fresh Prince. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go the Bankses. I'm gonna go.
And Family Matters.
I'm gonna go the Hendersons.
Mm-hmm.
To be real, they white, but I'm gonna have to go with the Matthews family, bruh.
That was a good show, though. That was and the life lessons in that show was really good, and they presented them in a good way that kids would understand.
I'm gonna have to go with the Matthews. They used to let Corey and Sean have it, but they'll be like, all right, my nigga.
They would let them go through their wild.
Do it your way, then. That's what you want to do. Go ahead.
And then it's going to turn out like this.
And then come help clean up the mess. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all the sitcoms, but I mess with the Matthews, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They was dope. That was dope.
Oh, I left one out. I got to redo this.
Let's do 5 then. Let's do 5.
It's 5. So Home Improvement.
The Allens? Was it?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't Taylor.
The Taylors, yep.
Tim and the Two Man Taylor. Yep. The Taylor.
That's on there for me. I watched that show like no other, bro.
So with that family, and speaking of life lessons, do you have to throw in Wilson as a part of their family?
Yes.
I thought so.
Yes. He's the guidance counselor of that family.
Absolutely.
All of them went out to Wilson. Mom included. Mm-hmm. That's when it got me, when Mom started going out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All the little boys was dope. All of the sons was dope. 3 boys.
Let me see if I can.
And see, I was drawn to that show because I never had brothers. You know what I mean? So like stuff like that, I was more drawn to anyway. The Muscle Cars, a 2-man show. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See if I can come up with 2 more. Then you're not gonna throw the Tanners in there, Full House? Nah, niggas is whack.
Super suburb. I couldn't rock with it. I'd take the Huxtables over the Tanners.
Let me see. I got the
Even though
Banks,
my household was kind of wild.
I got
like
the
this.
Hendersons. I got the Matthews. Hey man, I'm gonna go with the Wayans family. Oh no, they did the Williams on the show. I'm gonna go with Sean, Marlon, and Pops, man. At number 4.
They had some good. They had older people life lessons when I started watching that show.
They held each other down. Pops kept them in line with the belt. You know what I'm saying?
But they was getting grown people trouble though, Mike. Like they was at some episodes. TC the cop. TC, come on.
So now we putting parameters on what a family is.
No. I'm just saying, like at the time when we started watching that show.
I'm just messing with you.
Like, for the listeners, the time we was watching that show, I wasn't into, like, I couldn't rock with the Wayans like that. I had to wait till I was like 13, 14 to get into them. Because I didn't know a lot of those jokes that they was doing. I'll be real with you.
Now I was about to say, just Jamie was funny. And like, I mean, his aunt and uncle was dope, but I can't really,
That's not really family.
What was their name on Parenthood?
Okay, that was a good one. Oh, shit.
I was about to say, I know if I can think of one of their names, but I thought of Zaria, and I still didn't get the last name.
Man, she was so bad.
She was bad, bro. Gosh. She was, hey, we could, see, I was talking about siblings. We could go ahead, we could cue this TV sisters, sitcom sisters. We could do that.
Parenthood, Zaria, and then Smart Guy. Those are the first 2 that came to mind.
Yvette, yeah.
Yvette.
Yeah. What was their names on there on Parenthood? Shout out Robert Townsend, the legend.
The legend. Meteor Man. This is not the TV show.
Y'all don't know how to Google, man?
No, I don't, man. I'll be on this. Faison was in there.
Faison Love, yeah. I ain't gonna find it. Talking about
What are we?
Peterson.
Was it? Sorry, Peterson. That sounds familiar.
Robert Peterson was the dad's name, and then the son. Yep, it was Peterson. Michael Peterson was the son's name.
I met him, the son.
Yeah.
You know how they used to, the WB used to come to the Martin Luther King parade in San Diego. Remember one year Fancy came out. One year the son for Parenthood, he came out. Different people, and I remember he came out one year and I met him, and he was like signing like his headshot and handing it out to people. My mom was like, "You don't want to grab one?" I was like, "Nah, I'm cool. I met him. That's good."
I remember the episode when he really was trying to be a model. The son, because I remember them braids, and I was like, "Why does bro have his hair like that?" Like every time I saw him, I thought that.
I remember the episode when he was trying to hoop. I'm talking about the little fat one.
This was the son.
Oh, there was 2 sons.
Let me see.
The one with the dreads, he was a musician.
Yeah.
And then there was a little short fat one.
Yeah, that's when I was talking about who was the pictures.
Yeah. A little short. Yeah, you're right. The little short fat one. I remember with him because the dad and Faison was coaching the team. And the little son, he couldn't get no buckets. He couldn't get no buckets, and I remember he quit the team. He came in the kitchen and told Faison told his dad and Faison he quit the team. And then he walked by the trash can and dropped the ball in the trash can. And Faison was like, "You know what? That's the first basket he's made all season."
The level of disrespect. That was a 95. That was a short-lived show.
When TV was dope.
Yeah, 95 to 99.
But yeah, man, let's get up out of here.
Yeah, damn, it's 10 o'clock.
This was a day late, but it ain't short.
I was about to say, but it ain't $1 short.
You know
I tell you that.
You know what I'm saying? Usually
Hey, sorry to say that, but my mom used to say that about me.
That you always a day late and $1 short?
Yeah, bro. She used to say a little hurtful shit that made me the strong man I am today, though, because I am not a day late or $1 short, boy. I tell you that. Mm-hmm. I tell you that shit now. But like when I heard you say that, that shit struck me. Like, ooh, what the fuck was that? Never be a day late or $1 short, bro.
Man,
never.
We'll end it on that. Family Room Podcast, episode 71.
71.
I'm Mike Rome.
Jesse Williams.
And we up out of here, man. Thanks for listening.